Welcome back to Wealth Signal. I'm Alex Carter, and today we're breaking down two stocks that are quietly building the same kind of growth story NVIDIA had before the world caught on.
NVIDIA is up over 1,000% in 5 years. Most investors think that story is done. The law of large numbers has caught up with it, and to be fair, they're probably right. You are not going to see another 10x from NVIDIA at its current size. But here is what most people miss. The AI infrastructure build-out, the actual physical backbone of artificial intelligence, is still in early innings. Data centers are going up at a record pace. Hyperscalers like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft are spending hundreds of billions. And somewhere inside that spending are companies growing their revenue at rates that look a lot like early NVIDIA. Today I ran the numbers on two of them. Not household names, not the ones showing up in every YouTube thumbnail. Two stocks that are doing the real work behind AI, and the data is making a very compelling case for both of them.
If you're serious about finding real growth opportunities before the crowd does, hit that subscribe button right now. We break down the numbers so you don't have to.
Quick reminder before we dive in. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing here is financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. Stock 1. Credo Technology. CRDO. The first name is Credo Technology, ticker CRDO. And I want to start with a question. When you ask an AI model a question and it answers you in 2 seconds, what actually made that happen so fast? The answer is connectivity hardware, the physical infrastructure that moves data between chips at impossible speeds. That is what Credo builds. Think of it this way. NVIDIA builds the engine. Credo builds the highway those engines communicate on. Without high-speed connectivity, the most powerful AI chips in the world would be sitting in traffic. That is the business. That is the mode. Now let's look at what the numbers actually say. In the last quarter, Credo posted revenue growth of 206% year over year. Not 20%, not 50%, 206%. Earnings per share also beat expectations, and the company raised its forward guidance, meaning they are seeing more demand coming, not less. The stock is up over 261% in the last 12 months, up 80% year to date. Now I know what you are thinking. Did I miss it? Here is the thing. The revenue that we are talking about right now is still in the millions, not billions. The hyperscalers have confirmed they are going to keep building. The backlog is real. And analysts have been raising price targets since the last earnings report. But I want to be honest with you about the risks. This stock is volatile. It dropped over 10% in the days leading into its earnings report, then shot back up 25% in 5 days after it. That is the price of admission for a stock like this. If you cannot stomach seeing your position move 15% in a week, this is not the right fit. But if you believe in the AI infrastructure story long-term, Credo is right at the center of it.
If this breakdown is giving you real value, drop a like on the video. It genuinely helps this channel reach more investors like you.
Stock 2. Celestica. The second stock is Celestica, ticker CLS, and this one has a number that is going to stop you cold. In the last 5 years, this stock is up 4,375%. You heard that right. 4,375%. That beats NVIDIA's 5-year performance. Now, before you close this video thinking you missed it, let me show you why some analysts believe there is still meaningful upside from here. Celestica designs, engineers, and manufactures the physical hardware that goes inside data centers, servers, networking equipment, the actual machines that run AI. Before the data center boom, this was a boring business. Now, it is one of the most in-demand businesses on the planet. The stock is currently trading around $373. The analyst consensus price target is $427. That is already about 14% higher. But when you look at the more recent targets, you start seeing numbers like $460, $480, even $510 from Susquehanna. Those are not made up. Those are analysts who cover the company saying there is more room to run. Now, here's what I find particularly interesting. Institutional ownership on Celestica sits at around 67%. And over the last 12 months, institutional buyers have outnumbered sellers by nearly 2 to 1. These are not retail investors guessing. These are funds that do serious analysis. And they are buying. The honest risk here is supply chain pressure. Celestica has demand. The question is how fast they can fulfill it. Some analysts have flagged this as a potential short-term headwind on earnings. The stock was trading near $470 just a few weeks ago before pulling back to current levels. A lot of that pullback looks like profit-taking and institutions raising cash, not a fundamental breakdown in the business.
So let me put this in perspective for you. These two stocks are not NVIDIA. Nothing is NVIDIA. But they are both positioned inside the same trade that made NVIDIA what it is, the physical build-out of AI infrastructure. And the hyperscalers have told us directly that spending is not slowing down. If I had to rank them, Credo Technology is the higher risk, higher reward play. The revenue growth is more explosive, but the volatility is real. Celestica is the more established story with institutional backing and analyst price targets that still show meaningful upside. Your situation, your risk tolerance, your time horizon. Those are what should drive your decision, not this video. Investing is not about finding the next NVIDIA. It is about understanding what you own, why you own it, and being patient enough to let the story play out. The investors who made real money on NVIDIA were not the ones who got lucky on a hunch. They were the ones who understood the business and held through the volatility. If you found real value in this breakdown, smash that like button. It helps more than you think. And if you want to keep seeing this kind of analysis, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you watching CRDO, CLS, or both? Let's talk about it. I'm Alex Carter, and I'll see you in the next one.